Going next to the Spanish island of Ibiza and the soaring cost of a place to live there. In many parts of Spain, rental costs have risen steeply in recent years. But in the tourist hotspot of Ibiza, the rise has been magnified by the influx of foreign visitors. And that's left many locals unable to find affordable accommodation and businesses struggling to find vital staff, as Guy Hedgecoe reports.
Ibiza is preparing for the summer tourist season. Its beaches and resorts have long been a magnet for holidaymakers, but its success has helped create a housing crisis. Across the Balearic Islands, rental costs have increased by nearly 20% over the last year alone, and in Ibiza, the increases have been even sharper. There are several reasons for the steep rise in rental costs. Higher interest rates and a higher cost of living have discouraged people from buying property. That in turn has led to an increase in demand for rented accommodation, pushing up rental rates. Tourism is also a major factor. Last year, 3.7 million people visited Ibiza and the neighbouring island of Formentera. Many stay in flats, pushing up rental prices and keeping locals out of the housing market. Cesar Nebrera is a chef, but although he has work, he's been sleeping in his car for the last 3 years. Something which many workers on the island now resort to.
In Ibiza, accommodation is very expensive, and it's getting more and more expensive, and the cost of renting is completely out of kilter with what you earn. When you've been living this long in a car, there comes a moment when you say, I can't do this anymore. I need a home.
Local activists are demanding that this phenomenon be stopped.
The problem we have is that the island's housing is not being used for the purpose for which it was built. It's being used as a speculative business and for tourism.
This situation is affecting local businesses. The O Beach Disco and Restaurant is preparing for the high season. But finding staff in Ibiza or from elsewhere is not easy.
I've already got friends on the island whose rent have doubled in the last year. So when you are looking at workers coming to the island, it's a massive factor and it's well known. So I think it will ultimately affect people coming to the island and getting workers to come to Ibiza.
The local authorities say the housing crisis is caused by homeowners who break the law by offering their properties to rent for short periods.
The problem is that you earn much more money renting for days or for weeks than if you rent according to the law, which is at least 6 months. And we have a lot of people who is now renting illegally, offering their properties illegally.
As the high season approaches, the question is whether Ibiza's success as a tourism destination can be sustained when housing is such a problem. Guy Hedgecoe, BBC News, Ibiza.